The average retirement age in America is 62, and yet over 50% of the Congress is over the age of 60. Now, I don't know about you, but when it comes my time to retire, I will happily be accepting that opportunity. Now, you might ask, well, why don't these people retire? It's because they want to hold on to power for as long as possible. Why do you think our last two presidents have been ancient? Joe Biden and Donald Trump, they're about the same age, closing in on 80, and yet they're still out here playing the young's man game, so to speak, running a country at that age when you should be sitting at home spending time with your family. It really shouldn't be working out that way, but it does. And why is that? It's because people they can't just sit back and relax, enjoy the fruit of their labors, they want power. And really, the only time you see people not retiring when they're able to is either A, politicians, or B, they just can't. They can't because they didn't spend their money wisely and they just are not able to retire at this time. So it's really one of the most obvious needs for power. But even if you go about your daily life, I'm sure you can find people's need for power in your everyday life. For instance, let's just say you go to school, right? Let's say you're more of an intimidating stature. You're a little bigger than everybody at your school. Well, then, let's say you get a higher score than somebody that's not so big. They'll be like, oh, how'd you get a higher score than me? Oh, I'm all high and mighty. It's just like that little simple stuff. People they go to extraordinary lengths to bring you down. People will go to any length to make themselves feel like they're better than you, is what I'm trying to say. It's no matter who you are, no matter what your occupation is, people deep down, you have a want for power, you have a need for power, and you'll go to extraordinary lengths to get that fulfilled. Whether that's extracurriculars such as combat, hand-to-hand combat, or if you don't do that stuff, then that's where you see it rubs off in your everyday life, going to extraordinary lengths to bring other people down. So at the end of the day, it's just extraordinary obvious that our leaders of our government are needing and wanting for power when they really should be sitting at home or in the old folks' home. Obviously, there probably should be an age limit set for this kind of stuff. Probably it could be modified later down the road. It shouldn't be a set age limit because, technology and stuff advances. People are able to live for longer and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you should retire when it's your time to retire. That's all I got to say. Unless you're holding on to power, unless you just have that need for power, you're a position of power, and you don't want to retire. It's like the Supreme Court. People will be on the Supreme Court till they die. You really want to be on the Supreme Court till you die? You want to be working till you die? No, you want to retire. You want to have a good time, enjoy the golden years, per se. With that being said, that's about it for today. Stay safe and stay hydrated.